Eat clean, get lean. In this series, we are diving deep into that shopping list that you can download on my website. Because when you download it, you don't know what to do with it. So here I talk you step by step through each sections. So we have already covered fruit, vegetable, nuts, seeds, uh, source of protein for vegans, vegetarians, even for meat eaters, how to make a smart choice. And now we get to gluten-free grains. So let me just say, you don't need to be celiac. You don't need to have gluten sensitivity on your blood test results to avoid gluten. Gluten is basically a glue in our intestine. If you limit or eliminate gluten out of your diet, you will have much better digestion. You will have more energy. You will beat the bloat, beat the constipation, and get rid of the belly fat. Eh? And it is absolutely possible to avoid gluten. On my list, you will see that I recommend oats. So here we also need to talk which oats. It's not pre-cooked, softened oats. It is not the express porridge that you have. No, that is highly processed. Here I talk about oats that you have to either boil or soak, and they are large. Yeah, I think it's called, what is it? Stainless cut oats or something like this. They are quite large. So that's what I talk about. And again, when to eat it and how much. So 3-4 spoons of oats, preferably fermented. So you soak it into a liquid, you leave it on a kitchen tabletop overnight. The bacteria in the liquid, for example, if you put it into the kefir, will ferment the sugar and eat the sugar into the oats, and you will be left with really nice beta glucans, and then it is really good for you. And preferably if you have it as a snack, not as a breakfast, it's even better. Buckwheat. I call myself buckwheat queen. Yeah. If you never met me, you don't know this yet, but if you know me, you are now, I know Blanka. I know that you are a buckwheat queen. Yes, because I use only buckwheat for absolutely everything. My children eat it. They don't even know it's buckwheat, and they're fine with it. We bake cakes, cookies, we make schnitzel. We cover the schnitzel in buckwheat, um, buckwheat pasta, buckwheat everywhere. So why do I like buckwheat? Because buckwheat is actually not grain, it's a seed. It's really high in rutin, and the rutin is strengthening the arteries. So it is preventing the cardiovascular disease. It's also really high in minerals like calcium and magnesium. So it calms down the nervous system, it improves the sleep. It has this nutty flavor. It is really high in protein. I mean, I could go on, and you just have to try it. You have to give it a go. On my list, you will find amaranth. Not everybody likes amaranth because it has really nutty flavor, but you can start and try it mixing, for example, amaranth with oats and have it as a porridge, or you can try to make amaranth cake with buckwheat, just mixing it together. Or maybe you will say that you absolutely love it and then you will use it. It's really high in protein as well. It has many benefits. I know it's difficult to give up rice because so many people live on rice. They love it. So how can you avoid the polluted rice from China that is high in arsenic? You can replace it with red rice from Camargue, which is a region in France. And if you buy organic, even better. And you can also buy black rice. I think it's called Venere. It comes from Italy. And why these ones? Because they're quite difficult to digest. Therefore, you are not even going to absorb all the carbohydrates, all the sugar out of this rice, and you can still enjoy it with your meals. Millet. Millet is my second favorite, and millet, it's like a small grain, and it looks similar to couscous. So that's how you can basically use it. Instead of couscous, which is from normal wheat, you can use millet, or I make millet porridge, And the preparation is the same like for rice. So if you make milk rice, you can make millet porridge like this. So you boil it for 10 minutes and then you leave it to rest and soak, absorb all the liquid for another maybe 15 to 20 minutes. You can put there cinnamon. I personally make it in soya milk or normal milk, but you can try milk of your choice. I have a special video for this even in case you would want to have it. Then on my list, I have quinoa. So quinoa, superfood, super grain from Peru. I know it's not really sustainable. It's not local, but for a variety, there is tricolor quinoa. So it's red, black, and normal quinoa can be good variety. High in protein, gluten-free. Just careful, some people get bloated after eating quinoa because it's irritating their intestine. And then the last item is corn. So in general, I don't really support eating corn unless you are doing the Bristol stool test, which in one of my videos, I explain how to do it and why it is important to know what is the transit time of your stool. Is it 12 hours, 24, 48? Oh, it tells us a lot. Yeah. So that's when I recommend basically to eat corn, or again, have it as an emergency food at home. When you feel like to have salad with corn, fine. If you want to put it into your frittata, fine. But don't have it as a staple meal thinking that corn is healthy. It's not. So what are we going to look at next? It's going to be sauces and condiments. So stay tuned.